Good afternoon, my people. Welcome back from the long weekend. It was a long weekend for me. What's going on? My name is Charles Tank Harris. I am the founder and chief visionary officer of the financial literacy platform Wealth Our Way, where our motto is wealth is not only for the wealthy. Today is Monday, June 7th. 2021. I'm so blessed to be here with you, finishing celebrating my birthday weekend. And I just want to thank each and every one of you who are live with us as we stream across Facebook and YouTube over the StreamYard platform. I also want to give a special salute to Wealth Our Way Nation, who watches 15 Minutes of Finance overnight, pre-recorded over the weekend, wherever they can squeeze 15 minutes of financial literacy in. So what's going on? You know, my month is off to a great start. Turned 51 last Friday. I want to thank each and every one of you who blessed me with a birthday wish and a how are you doing and a keep it going, Tank. All of it means so very much to me. I want you to know that none of it goes unthought of. None of it goes unacknowledged. None of it goes unwell received. I appreciate you guys more than you know. What are we doing this week? I'm super excited. You know, I'm easily excitable, but I'm super excited because I'm going back to basics for this week. This week is going to be all about building you an ideal portfolio to build wealth. We are calling this week Portfolio Building 101. I have information planned for each day. And today we are going to revisit something that I've taught here before, but I think it's a great refresher. We're going to talk about what I call the house room furniture theory. So this is something I created. Somebody's going to be on the internet or at a stage taking my line, but you guys know you heard it first. I had to explain to someone who had a hard time understanding the difference between an account and an investment, how you separate the two, what makes one an account, what makes one an investment. And as you guys know, on this platform, this is where you come to learn. This is the financial literacy platform. So if you don't know these things, you come here to find them out. When I was talking to that particular client and explaining it, something just jumped in my head of the best way to kind of give them a visualization of what it is that I'm talking about. And it was born right there on the moment, my house room furniture comparison of what firm you work with, what type of account you open, and what you put into your accounts. So this week, Monday, today, we're going to talk about the house. Tuesday, we're going to talk about the room. Wednesday, we're going to talk about the furniture. And then we'll close the week out Thursday and Friday talking about some very important things that'll wrap up Portfolio Building 101. This is going to be a great week, a great series. I implore you to pay attention this week. So when I talk about the house, when it comes to investing, what am I talking about? It's almost the same thing as in my future life when I was a professional card counter. The house was the casino. As they say, the house always wins, lest they let Big Tank in. So here's what would happen. The house is the establishment in which you go to do business. So now as we're talking about building a portfolio, what's the house? The house is if you have a job, and you choose to invest money that you make from your salary into your company-sponsored retirement plan, the company is the house. They will have a third party managing your money in most instances. Most companies, 99.9% of companies, farm that out to a company like a Fidelity or a Schwab or an individual brokerage firm to manage their company's retirement plan. But I want you guys to think, because we're putting this in terms that make sense for you. Hey, where is my money going? Who is the house? The house is my retirement company, my retirement plan at my company. Where else do we put money at to invest? We can walk into a firm like a Merrill Lynch or like a JP Morgan Chase, and we can open an account there. If we do that, they are the house. When I'm talking about the house, once again, I'm literally asking you to envision a house in which you live. You are taking your business to that house. So there are three different types of platforms that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about your employer. We're going to talk about a discount brokerage, and we're going to talk about a full service brokerage. Those are three different types of houses you can choose. I'm even going to do a little bit deeper dive into the discount brokers and separate them from your discount brokers that have been around forever, like your Charles Schwab, your Fidelity, your Vanguard, and some of these new discount brokerage apps like Robinhood, Stash, Acorns. So we're going to talk today about these various places where you can go to do business. So let's start with the oldest of the three, the full service brokerage model. That's where Big Tank got his start at. I worked at a full service brokerage. It was called Smith Barney when I started working there. I left Smith Barney and I went to Paine Webber. Both companies have changed names a couple of times. Paine Webber, I believe, is now UBS Financial Services. Smith Barney has merged, and I think it's Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. I'm not 100% sure. I don't keep up with that stuff. At a full service brokerage firm, if that is the house you are choosing to work in, what does that mean to you as a client? That means you get assigned an advisor, and that advisor will analyze your investments for you. They are a licensed advisor. They have passed an exam that licensed them to sell you securities. They are also known as brokers, and the firm in which they work at is a broker dealer. When you are at these firms, you have all different types of people who are advisors. You have certified financial planners who are also brokers. You have people who have the Series 6 license who can sell you mutual funds, but maybe not able to sell you individual securities. When you're at one of these firms, you are going to pay the maximum fees that are allowable by law because you are going to get the maximum service and advice if you demand it that is allowable. That, they're going to analyze your stocks. They're going to tell you what to pick. And the advisor is not always a fiduciary when you work with these firms, because there is a different standard that a broker, and I talked about this last week, that a broker is held to than an investment advisor is held to. Some people hold both licenses. Your boy Big Tank had a Series 7, which makes me a broker, and a Series 65, which makes me an investment advisor. I was what is known as dual registered, which means that I was not always required to act as a fiduciary. I was required to make sure that any investment I suggested was suitable to my client. So, full service brokerage firm, you go there, you pay the maximum fee for an investment, and you get the maximum service. This is for someone who is so busy doing what they do to make their money that they need ultimate help on day-to-day instances and areas of their money. The second place you can go is a discount brokerage firm. Think Charles Schwab, Fidelity, Vanguard. These are large companies that have a whole lot of research and online help for you. But when it comes time for you to pick your particular investment, you pick the investment. Now, what's been interesting is, this is just the way business develops. You have full service brokerage firms that realize they're losing a lot of business to people who don't want to pay for maximum advice. So they've opened discount firms underneath their full service umbrella. Conversely, you have discount firms who said, hey, we could get a little more business if we just had some advisors on staff. So they are a discount brokerage that offer full service advice. It's very confusing, which is why you have to come to places like Wealth Our Way, ask your questions, and understand who it is ultimately that you are working with. So when you go to a discount brokerage, you will normally have the ability online to access stocks, ETFs, bonds, mutual funds. You will pick them. You will see what the last price that it sold for, what the price that is currently being asked for it, and you will have the opportunity to buy, and you will most likely be doing that on your own. The vast majority of Wealth Our Way clients do their investing on discount platforms. They get their overall wealth management strategies from me. They get their asset allocation, they get their investment policy statement, and then we do the execution at a discount brokerage firm. Deeper dive into discount brokerage firms are the new apps that are available, the Robinhoods, the Stash, the Acorns of the world. These apps work in the exact same way that a discount brokerage firm works. They allow you to choose where your investments are going. They are the house that you are investing at. The difference between a discount brokerage firm that's been around since 1990, something like Schwab, and a Robinhood is normally size and execution. I talked to you guys before and told you that free isn't always free. So what does that mean? That means just because I don't charge you $10 to do a trade doesn't mean that you aren't paying something to trade through me. One of the accusations that has floated around through firms like Robinhood is that they have very slow execution. You put an order in when something was priced here, and by the time you buy it, it was priced up here. You pay that difference. That's something that costs you money. That's a fee. So a question that has popped up in the audience is, what is the difference between a CFP, a certified financial planner, and an investment advisor? Do you need one if you have a discount brokerage account? A certified financial planner is someone who has been accredited by a financial body. The American College of Financial Planning has passed vigorous testing and is obligated to act in your best behalf. They are obligated to act as a fiduciary. We have CFP on staff here at Wealth Our Way. With that being said, you do not need a CFP to, I've been in the business for 24 years and I haven't taken the designation. I have them on staff, but I don't see the need to be a CFP right now. I will get the designation because people feel better when they see alphabets behind your name. But in order to get the advice you're looking for, you can get that advice from anyone who is trained in this industry and takes continuing education courses to stay relevant. You just have to be wary of what advice they're giving you and how it fits in your life. You do not need to have any advisor to do work at a discount brokerage firm. You go online yourself and just do it. It helps to have an advisor. That is one of the things that I am trying to spread into the community, that you don't necessarily have to pay these high fees and commissions and wraps to have someone manage your money. You can pay a planning fee. You can get more than your investments looked after, and then you can go execute at the discount brokerage firms and build portfolios. So the last house that we'll talk about is your job. When you have a 401k or a 403b or a 457 plan, your job is serving as the house. That is where you are doing your business at as far as your investment portfolio is concerned. You can just be in your retirement plan, or you can be in your retirement plan and also have an outside account at a different house. With that being said, you need to always be aware of all of the fees, all of the expenses, and all of the terms of any house that you deal with. Some houses have specific rules that you cannot sue them in a court of law if something goes wrong. They have what is called an arbitration clause, which says that if you disagree with something that happened to you, you have to go sit in front of a board of arbitrators as opposed to a judge or a jury. This is something you need to know before conflict arises. So today, we are just talking about the house. We are talking about discount brokerage platform, full service brokerage platform, apps like Stash, Acorns, and Robinhood, or your job. This is the house that you are going to start building your portfolio at. This is the ground floor of this conversation. Tomorrow, we're going to move into the different types of accounts that you keep at the house. So once again, I want you to think of your investment portfolio being your home. It's at a house. This is where you go do business. Inside the house, you have many rooms, and those rooms will serve as the different accounts that are available to you. I will take a deeper dive into that tomorrow. Then Wednesday, we'll come and talk about the furniture that goes into the room. With that all being said, I'm glad to be back. Love celebrating my birthday, back educating my people. Remember, wealth is not only for the wealthy. I will see you tomorrow. Take care.